What is up, guys? It is Samus009, and this is my first video of the loading screen. And I'm 29 years old and been playing video games pretty much all my life, and just kind of wanted to share that with you guys here on YouTube and the internet, and mostly Instagram, because I don't do the whole Facebook thing. It's easier for me to kind of focus on one social media at a time, and just gonna kind of wing it here on this video, because this will be my first video, and so I'm gonna be growing with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy. And the first one we're gonna start off with is basically a top 5 video games plus 2 honorable mentions that I would take with me to a deserted island, like the video games that I would play for the rest of my life. And so these are the end-all be-all for me. And so that way we can, kind of start a dialogue, and you guys will get to know me, and y'all can post in the comments down below, and I'll get to know you guys a little bit. And so we'll start with my first honorable mention, and that would be Xenoblade Chronicles 2 for the Nintendo Switch. And mainly because I haven't really had enough time to spend with it, and it's my first entry into the Xenoblade Chronicles series, and I'm just loving it so far. I'm about 68 hours in, and I can't stop from sending my blades on Merc missions to constantly wanting to see if I can find little secret hidden spots here and there, due to the way that Monolith Soft has just developed these wonderful, wonderful titans. And it may seem overwhelming a little bit at first, but eventually you get the hang of it, and the combat is just immensely, immensely satisfying. My second honorable mention is going to be The Last of Us. And for those of you who have played it, you understand why. It's one of the best breathtaking stories, with some of the most incredible characters and some of the most best turns, where your jaw is dropped open because you're going, that just happened. But once you kind of play through it, it's really hard to kind of play through it again unless you step up the difficulty, which I enjoy doing. It makes the clickers especially really aggressive and really hard to hide from, and it brings a different aspect to the game whenever you play it on a higher difficulty level. And so for me, that's what makes it a little better. And the multiplayer is also fantastic too. I had a couple friends that really got into it with me, and just the survivalness of it, even though it can be deathmatch or elimination. And so it's interesting. You kind of get that PUBG or Fortnite feeling, only it's a lot quicker matches you got going on. And that brings me to my number 5 game of all time, and let me double check my notes here. Yep, it would be Metal Gear Solid 3 for the PlayStation 2, and I believe it's also on PlayStation Vita now. The Metal Gear Solid franchise has been such a big franchise for me. Growing up, I played the first one 3 or 4, 5, 6 times, and got both endings, got all the special little gear, got all the cool little stuff. Same with Metal Gear Solid 2. Got all the dog tags and that and whatnot. But then 3 is where it really kind of opened the door a little bit more, in my opinion. It had the camouflage aspect of it. The bosses were incredible. The boss at the end, for those of you that played, was the old sniper guy, and he was just so fantastic, because no matter what you did, you just had to be methodical and slow and patient, and then he would still even see you. It just blows my mind. And it was the right length, and it just stuck with me. It's one of those games that I still play today on my PlayStation Vita. Boop, right there. And Kojima did something special with that one, in my opinion. Love him or hate him, he's a brilliant man. At number 4, we have Kingdom Hearts 2. I debated between Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2 on this list, mainly because Kingdom Hearts 1 was such an impactful game for me growing up as a kid, but Kingdom Hearts 2 just did everything that Kingdom Hearts 1 did, only better. It just stepped it up entirely from a gameplay perspective. Mainly from a gameplay perspective, really, which is really kind of all it took, because you took some really good formulaic action RPG, mechanics, and then you just made them more fluid, and you took some different Disney stories that we all grew up with. People that are my age grew up with. Well, I guess even if you weren't my age, you probably grew up with them anyway. So yeah, movies that we all grew up with. And you put us in them, and you made us feel a part of them, and it was really fun for me. And I'm playing it right now, the Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5 HD remix on PlayStation 4. I'm playing those right now, and I'm still having just as much fun as I ever did. And I can't recommend those enough. And I believe that was at number 3, I have Final Fantasy XII, which for some may be a controversial pick because it's not regarded as the best Final Fantasy, but it's my personal favorite one. The characters were fun. The story was, so-so. It was your typical, warring kingdoms, yada yada yada, but I still had fun with it. The gambit system was absolutely flawless, how you could just set up your party how you wanted to, and then they would just act accordingly due to the conditions that you had already prearranged. And it was really fun. It was the very first game that I had ever played that had a boss that lasted 3 or 4 real world play sessions, to where I would have to go out of the arena and save my file, and then I would go to bed, wake up the next day, and play the boss a little more, because he had that much HP. And I remember that being just absolutely wonderful as a younger me. And it was just so much fun that games can do that. They can still amaze you even the older you get. And at number 2, I have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And it's a much, much newer game, but I still haven't experienced a game in such a long time that left me with such a sense of wonder. There was always that one more hill, one more shrine, one more ancient beast, one more thing to tackle, one more Lionel to see if I can get. That was always constantly happening to me as I played through that game. And still, as I play through it, I'm still trying to finish the Master Trials. And not only am I trying to finish them, I'm trying to finish them on Master Mode as well, as I go through and play it all a second time. I've never... And admittedly, this is my first entry into the Legend of Zelda series. I played a little bit of the Ocarina of Time as a kid growing up, and it really didn't... I'm not sure I quite understood it, but maybe I would today, and maybe it still holds up. I have no idea. Someone will have to let me know. Like I said, comment down below somewhere. Anyway, that leads me to my number 1 favorite game of all time, and that would be Bloodborne. And man, what can I say about Bloodborne? I have a tattoo of it right there. Boop. And it's fantastic. No other game has made me learn like that. There are certain things in this game that you're just not supposed to do, and you're going to get punished for it. That's not to say it's not a perfect game. It has its flaws where the frame rate dips and things like that. But for me, it's damn near perfect. And it's hard, but rewarding. Every time you think you can't do it, you learn something new to let you know that you can. And just the combat is so deep, and the setting is just perfect. The Lovecraftian lore behind it just fits the world so well. And that's my number one favorite game of all time. If you guys like this video, I'm going to be trying to post about one a week for now until we kind of get comfortable with things and see how things go. Let me know what you guys think down below. Please subscribe, tell your friends about this. I'm going to, put this on social media, and just I want to start a conversation about video games, guys. I want to hear what you guys think. Let me know what your top 5 favorite video games of all time are down below, and let me know if there's any other videos you think I should do. I just want to, talk about the art form. Grow this beautiful thing that we all love. All right, guys, you take care. Have a good night. Well, it's nighttime for me, so wherever you are, just keep on playing.